Well, that was a tad, not just sad, but disappointing that Marjorie Green Taylor had to make that video, but also good for fucking her. At least she's standing up and she spoke her mind and was not in fear to have her opinions and her thoughts, as anyone should be able to do so in this world. And as I have posted previously and continued to do so, to bring up awareness to the fact that if you are having any type of relationship, whether that be in government, political, a friendship, a romantic partner, you should be able to have the ability to simply have a two-way conversation. It is not a one-way street. And I dealt with a narcissist, toxic, mental abuse relationship that I never even knew existed. I always thought physical abuse, that's what women go through more so than anything. Oh no. The mental abuse, the gaslighting, the lies, the deception, the finger pointing, and that's what I see happening with what Trump is doing to people that do not follow under his direct ordinance, dictatorship. I'm actually like, I want to just make a video to say something about it, because I know that there's so many things that are happening in our world every day, and the distractions and like this back and forthness, and really what I'm seeing more than ever is just that the Democrats, the Republicans, these back and forth battles that are nonstop against the other person. These are the people that are running a country, who are making decisions for a mass amount of people, and look at how they act. And they're over here trying to give advice on how you should be, and this representation with their behavior. It's embarrassing beyond, like, I don't even have a word to really describe it right now because of how ridiculous it is. I'm actually just kind of at a loss for words at this point, because it's like, is this the reality? Like, this is happening. Like, the president of the United States of America is even talking about hanging people, executing them, putting everyone in jail that doesn't agree with him. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship. It's giving me trigger points of being with a narcissist. It's damaging. It is mind control, manipulative, brainwashing. I'm not even just concerned. I am like, this is pretty bad. And I didn't even see it, because I voted for him. I actually lost friends, family members. I have all these records and receipts too of me going on social, like all different types of social media platforms, speaking up, standing up for him, and convincing a lot of people that I had come in contact with. We needed a good change for our country. He's going to make like better changes, and how, we need a change in this world that we live in, and he's going to bring it back, and he's going to help us. And ever since, I feel like I look like a fucking fool now. And that's okay, because I've been naive many times in my life, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm just embarrassed that this is the representation to how people are thinking that this behavior is acceptable, because that this person in power is setting this example of how to treat other humans and act worse than a school child who did not get their way, or a toddler who did not get their way. Like, I know my toddler has behaved better than this man who is a full-grown 80-year-old man. And the rhetorics, I mean, like, it was kind of funny back in the day, like a little bit of spice never hurt anyone, but this is getting beyond that at this point. And it's almost like it's becoming so explosive that well, I mean, just if you hopefully are able to really take a look at the big picture here, and it's okay to admit if you made a mistake in voting for someone, or you change throughout life. You know, we all have shifts here, and you're not supposed to be exactly the same all the time. And especially if you see morally someone that's doing some things that you didn't vote for, that you don't agree with, to ever be made to feel like you can't say something and then you're going to be castrated, threatened, and your life be put in danger, very concerning. And I've had some weird things happen recently as well in my life since I started speaking up about my experience at Mar-a-Lago. All of a sudden, my insurance, I don't have it right now. They don't know why. I've spoken to multiple insurance intel. They can't give me a real reason why, and they keep giving me different answers. So I'm just saying that could just be a coincidence, or it could be related. Sometimes some people in hierarchy positions like to use and abuse power structures in order to reduce somebody that says something about them that they don't like. And it sure as hell would not surprise me if, and because I speak up and say things, which I know I'm going to get backlash, and I also know that I'm not going to live in fear and or be afraid to be who I am and speak my mind because it's different than somebody else. I sure as hell have been through enough hell on this earth plane that I'm not afraid, and that I will not be silenced and or quieted down because of somebody else that just simply doesn't want to live in truth and or be truthful and or hear it. So, and especially as a woman as well, who I know what it's like being around men back in the day, because I look a certain way and how they would treat me and look at me like I was some type of just piece of meat. Oh, she looks a certain way. She doesn't have any brain. She's not smart. She can't do this. I mean, I get it. I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of abuse. And to think that by any means, a man with a microphone and a podium and a tie and a suit is going to silence me and or scare me by any type of tactics or whatever. No, honey. No. Not this time. And not ever. So to anyone out there who feels inferior to some type of superior structure, just know that they are not going to get away with silencing the truth. I love you.